All right. So if you have some issues, you see it, you just prompt it and see what happens. Okay, and we can see it's kind of fixed, right? Très min intention, and then it's Danish, and when it's English, it's English. Cool. So we have done something. Now, I would say so we're getting a bit of error here saying that the request resources in a valid page or placeholder hero.jpg is receiving null. So this error is essentially saying, ooh, I'm expecting an image here, but I don't get it. I'm not getting it, so I don't know where it is. And the reason is because we don't have an image. We're going to have one soon. But for now, we're going to keep it this way. All right. And let's look at the hero section, the hero component. Now, if we look, we can see that instead of when we had the text here, now we have something which is called T from translation and the key eyebrow. So I'm going to split the text here, and this is the eyebrow now, right? So what it says is the text that is here should point at this key, and then based on the language in which we're displaying, you're going to either pick the English one or either you're going to pick the Danish one, right? So again, you can see the title, subtitle, title, subtitle, CTA primary, so on and so forth. So this is one clever way that you can always have a better control over all of the text that you're putting into the website, right? And not have to search for it all the time. Cool. Now, one aspect that I generally want to say is that when you've done some progress and you think you're saying like, okay, now, for example, now we fixed I stopped the server. But now we fixed the language problem. So it shows when the DA is on, then the Danish version is on. And then I would suggest that when you have these small successes, you should save your project. So you should push your code. And you remember we talked about one way of pushing it through this button here. I want to show you today another thing, another way in which I normally do it. And this is by using the terminal. So I'm going to say git add dot, which means git add everything. Right? I'm going to say git commit git commit and then the message. So I minus m means the message. I'm going to say here, this is my initial commit of the project. Always try to be very descriptive with your commit messages. So if you have to go back, because the beauty of GitHub is that you imagine your project like a timeline, and then you're just going to push your code at different points in timeline. But then at some point in time, if you're unhappy, you can always just go back in time and then reload an older version of your website. So essentially you can just load a new game or something. And in order to find out where exactly do you want to go back, it will always be very helpful to know which one exactly you should load. So these these commit messages, they tend to be very, very helpful. All right, and now you can see that because I'm staging all of these files to be pushed. Then now, because it's my first time pushing, then I'm going to say git push minus u origin main. Perfect, and it pushed. Now, what I'm going to be pushing, and then this minus u is set upstream. So this is just something that you did the first time. But afterwards, you're just going to push it to origin, this means that you're pushing into the cloud, into the origin of the repository, and you're pushing to the main, into the main timeline. I'm forgetting the word main. Yeah, main line of the project, right? So that's about it with pushing your code onto the cloud. And now, if we go to GitHub and we find the repo, we can see that, oh, right, I just added this, I just pushed this code, right? And you can see the comment, which was the initial commit of the project. Oh yeah, branches was the word that I was missing here. So main is the name of the branch of the repository. And now you can start seeing you could technically create new branches, and there are different strategies in which larger software development teams leverage some of these interesting features that Git has to offer in general and GitHub. But for the scope of this project, you're not going to need. Just keep on the main timeline, and then whenever you have these small successes, you should just push your code. All right. Now I'm gonna run the code again, and interesting. Let's look at the Danish one. Actually, let's continue in the English one. But it's interesting is that it was the English one that got loaded now. So I'm gonna stop it. So if you see a problem, stop it. I'm gonna run it again. Okay. There might be a bit of an issue here sometimes, because what's happening is that I was running localhost 3000, I killed it, and then I immediately tried to restart it, but my 3000 hasn't fully locked down, so it was still occupied, so by default it opened 3001. But 3000, it seems like it killed the 3001. Just make sure that if you run into this issue, just be perhaps a bit more patient than I am. Let's see if it works now. Okay, it doesn't. So we have a command for this, and I think it's called npm kill all. No. Isn't it kill all? Sounds a bit masochistic. But let's take a look at it. So, what's the command? What's the bash command? Bash command to kill all local hosts. FBI, if you're watching this, I'm a software developer. No. It should be, yeah, so we're not specific enough, right? I'm just saying what's the bash command to kill all local hosts. Okay, for what, right? It doesn't really know. This is for a specific port, but I should probably specify that this is, and this is for a React plus next.js project. Hopefully this is going to take the authorities off of my back as well. Yeah, pkill, okay. There should be, I'm fairly certain there's one that says pkill all or something. Okay, so if you use multiple ports, okay, let's see if we can kill all of them. So we have an issue with 3000 and 3001. Boof. Okay. Cool. And let's see now if I run npm.dev. Yeah. Oh, we're back on the 3000. Perfecto. So we're back to business. Yeah, but we can see that it loads en by default and not da the way we specifically kindly asked him to do in the .md file. right? If you guys remember what I told it to do, yeah, so the default locale is in Danish. And then we can just tell it, so when the website is launched, the default language should be the Danish one. Okay, so visiting the local 3000 will always land on Danish one. Okay. We're sure about that? Let's kill the server. We're gonna wait a little bit and then we're gonna give it another try. Meanwhile, I want to continue by adding some images. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to take a random JPG file, though there are better formats and easier formats to use when adding images. But for now, for our testing purposes, we're just going to add some JPGs, and then we can talk about web. We can talk about these web sort of web-oriented image formats that are going to make loading your websites faster, or loading these images faster. So we're going to rename it here, and we're going to say that this should be the image for the hero section. Yes, good. Let's see, let's run this bad boy again. Okay. And we can see, so you can see that if you get this, then it means that your servers are not running. But it also says here, run kill 82821 to stop it. Okay, let's just run this and see what happens. And then we're gonna run this again. Okay, so we're having still the same issues. So we're just gonna we're gonna use this bad boy, right? This 3000, 2001. And I think I saw 3002, so I'm just gonna add it there just to make sure. Okay. Yep, perfect. So we're back up and running. Very nice. Go, go, go. Cool. And let's insert the image. So what I'm going to say is that we're going to make this easier for us. And we're going to say hero image right. Good. And we're going to tell it that insert the hero image right dot jpg onto and it looks like crap. So one thing that I should probably do is I should probably cut this top part of the image and then come back.